Ladies and gentlemen, enthusiasts of speed, adventure, and limitless off-road freedom, welcome. Today is not just a product reveal. Today marks a shift in what the world expects from a performance side-by-side machine. It is my honor to introduce a machine built for those who chase horizons, challenge terrain, and define their own path. This is the Polaris Rzr Pro R Max 2026. For years, Polaris has stood at the forefront of off-road innovation. Every model has carried the legacy of riders before it, their feedback, their stories, and their expectations. But the machine we unveil today is more than an evolution. It is the boldest statement Polaris has ever made, a symbol of what happens when engineering ambition meets real-world demands. A machine crafted not only to conquer environments, but to elevate the rider's connection with every mile. The Rzr Pro R Max represents
Feast
a
your
pursuit
eyes on
of
the
perfection.
2026 Polaris
From its presence
Rzr Pro
alone,
R
you
Max.
feel the
With its
intention,
stunning
the
orange and black
aggression,
finish and
the
unmatched power,
confidence,
it dominates
the
any
dominance.
terrain.
The designers set out to create something that doesn't just look like it belongs in harsh environments. It looks like it was born from them. Every curve, every line, every angle carries purpose. And that purpose is performance. Now imagine standing before this machine. Even idle, it sends a message. A message that power is not just measured in numbers, but in the feeling it leaves in the chest of the rider. Polaris wanted a machine that inspires ambition, that turns every ride into a test of courage and capability. And so they infused it with an engine philosophy crafted for serious drivers who push their limits and accept nothing ordinary in return. But power alone is not what makes a machine legendary. It must be controllable, predictable, and confidence-building. That's why Polaris focused heavily on ride dynamics. This new Pro R Max behaves like an extension of the rider, responding instantly, absorbing terrain with intelligence, and staying composed even when the world beneath it is anything but. Riders who have experienced harsh off-road pounding will feel the difference immediately. The suspension doesn't just smooth the terrain, it works with it, reading it, adapting to it, and giving the driver the command they deserve. Off-roading is no longer just about brute force. It's about smart capability. And that's why Polaris has taken its technology suite to a whole new level. The Rzr Pro R Max empowers the rider with advanced system intelligence that enhances awareness, precision, and control. The new integrated interface brings the off-road experience into the modern era. Riders will navigate trails, track progress, communicate with their group, and manage their journey through a display experience that feels both familiar and futuristic. It is intuitive, responsive, and designed to reduce distractions so the adventure always stays in focus. Every great machine also needs a cockpit that supports the human side of performance, comfort, confidence, and a sense of belonging. The Rzr Pro R Max delivers this through a cabin engineered around the rider's body. Seating is more than a place to sit. It is a command position. The posture, the visibility, the connection to the vehicle. Everything is tailored for long-distance endurance and high-precision control. Whether you're gliding through desert dunes, navigating forest trails, or powering across rocky passes, the cabin remains a place of stability and control. Polaris knows that riders don't just conquer terrain, they live in it. Dust, heat, rain, and mud are the natural elements of adventure. And so the machine is built with durability in mind. Every component is chosen with longevity and resilience in sight. The structure is reinforced, the materials are tested beyond traditional conditions, and the engineering mindset is one of reliability. This is a machine ready for punishment, but designed for longevity, capable of withstanding years of hard riding without losing its spirit. But durability doesn't come at the cost of style. The Pro R Max carries an unmistakable identity. It feels premium, athletic, and aggressive. Polaris understands that riders take pride in their machines. They wash them, showcase them, modify them, and admire them. That is why design plays such an important role. The Pro R Max stands tall, a symbol of mechanical artistry meeting rugged purpose. It is a machine that turns heads before it even starts. One of the most impressive achievements behind this launch is how much Polaris listened. This machine is built on the echoes of riders' voices. Riders wanted more control. Riders wanted more refinement. Riders wanted more modernization. Riders wanted a machine that could dominate open landscapes while delivering safety, comfort, and reliability. And Polaris delivered not with simple upgrades, but with a reimagined philosophy. The RZR Pro R-Max is built not just for weekend riders, but for adventurers, competitors, explorers, and adrenaline seekers. It's a vehicle that broadens the meaning of mobility. It empowers people to go places they haven't dared to go, to do things they haven't dared to attempt, and to experience off-roading as more than a hobby, as a lifestyle. What we are celebrating today is not just the birth of a new machine, it is the birth of a new era for off-road culture. An era where capability and intelligence go hand in hand, where comfort and aggression coexist, where precision matters as much as power, where technology enhances nature rather than distracting from it. This release signals Polaris' long-term commitment not just to keeping up with the market, but to redefining it entirely. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the scene. The engine humming beneath you, the wind carving its way around your helmet, the horizon wide and open, calling you forward. With each turn of the wheel, the terrain becomes a playground. With each climb, your confidence grows. With each descent, the machine's stability becomes your reassurance. Every ride becomes a story worth telling, a story built with power, precision, and possibility. That is the legacy Polaris wants you to feel. That is the message of the RZR Pro R Max 2026. This machine is not simply built to be driven. It is built to be experienced. It is built to take riders into the unknown, to deepen their bond with nature, and to provide a sense of freedom that only a true off-road machine can deliver. The Pro R Max is the answer to every rider who has ever asked for more. More power, more control, more technology, more adventure. And today, the wait ends. As the RZR Pro R Max 2026 arrives in the hands of riders around the world, it brings with it a promise of performance that refuses to compromise, a promise of innovation that never settles, and a promise of adventure that knows no boundaries. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of off-road performance is here. This is the Polaris RZR Pro R Max 2026, built for dominance, built for exploration, built for those who refuse to stay on the beaten path. Welcome to the next generation of off-road freedom.